I want to try a thought experiment on you. I'm going to make three statements, and I want to hear from you whether they bring resolution or confuse you. Fight fire with fire. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Fighting for peace. Okay, now it depends on context. If you're in one of those oh hell no moods, then fight fire with fire might give you exactly the kind of clarity and resolve that makes you go out and retaliate. If you're in a calmer, more peaceful place, maybe a hippie coffee shop, and someone says an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, you might think, we should never fight. And fighting for peace may sound absurd to you. Those statements confuse me, and I want to be confused by them. I don't want to resolve to always fighting fire with fire or never gouging an eye for an eye because it would leave the whole world blind. I recognize that I have to sometimes fight for peace and that I have to be careful about when I do that, when I resolve to any of these. I want to recognize that whenever I'm dealing with a hypocritical moral statement, that is a statement that negates itself, like shame on you for shaming, or be intolerant of intolerance, or do not be negative, or you shouldn't be judgmental. Anytime I'm dealing with one of those, I am dealing not with a moral principle, but with a lifelong tough judgment call. One I'll be dealing with till the end of my days. When to fight and when to not fight. So I want to remain confused about them. But then I want to make those tough judgment calls. And when I do, I don't want to be tripped up by people trying to confuse me with the opposite one. Here's what I mean. Suppose I decide, I place a bet that in this situation, I better fight back. Then I go out there and fight, and someone says, what are you, fighting for peace? Don't you know an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind? I don't want to be confused at that point. I've decided already. I placed my bet that I'm going to go out and fight. Likewise, if I've decided not to fight, I don't want to be confused by someone coming back and saying, yeah, but you've got to fight fire with fire always. I want to have already built into my bones the recognition that this is a tough judgment call we're all dealing with. When to fight, when not to fight. And I don't want to be tripped up when I've decided in a particular situation that I will fight or not fight. So, coming back to those three statements, fight fire with fire, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, fighting for peace is absurd. I say, yeah, those are tough judgment calls I'll be dealing with lifelong, and you will too. Don't resolve on them. That doesn't mean you should never fight or you should always fight. It means you should be very careful about deciding when to fight and when not to fight.